I know it's day after, and you guys still kind of feeling it a little bit, but where is the frustration level for, I know you haven't been here for all of it, but having 3 divisional round exits in a row, Chiefs again, all that stuff where you can't seem to get past that rung.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we at the end of the day, we know that as far as playing to our full potential just wasn't there, and we know that we left a little bit out there. But at the end of the day, it's hats off to KC and what they're able to do, and they came out the dub, so hats off to them.
What was your thought on Joe Brady and his half season as coordinator?
I love him. I love Joe Brady. I think I've talked to him before. Just his energy is so contagious, and just the type of guy that he is, and bringing that energy every single day, and getting us going on some days. He's just a guy you want to be around.
Aside from that, in terms of X's and O's, Khalil, what was it that he did that kind of allowed this offense to reach a higher gear?
Yeah, honestly, I think it's the when you have a guy that you just vibe with. Obviously he's our coach, but at the end of the day, you can. It's like a bro. It's like a big bro. And I think when you have that type of relationship, but obviously making sure that you keep it separate as far as that's coach, having that level of respect as far as coach, but also on a personal level too. When you can vibe with somebody in that way, it just means a lot. And I think that everybody wants to do better and play for him.
How much did that factor in, and what were some of the other factors that allowed you? I mean, you became a really consistent, reliable option in this offense for Josh. What allowed you to kind of hit that level this year?
I think it was more just as repetition, just getting more reps as the year went on, and getting used to the flow of the game, and things like that. It just kind of I've said this 1,000 times, but the word comfortable doesn't rub me the right way, and I'm not a fan of it. But it just allowed me to I guess get a little bit more just a feel for the game as the weeks went on.
You got to get here. When you get here, this team, this is kind of a Mitch and Dion and Stephon and Dawson offense, and now you and James and Dalton and Cybo, there's a new generation, for lack of a better term. How encouraged are you about this young core on offense on this team?
It feels good. I think that obviously, like you said, with James, Pro Bowl year. I mean, he's that guy, and then you got Dalton and Cybo. I know that coming back next year, I know things just ended, but at the end of the day, I know that the work's going to be put in this offseason. We're ready to go.
Is your confidence kind of at an all-time high right now?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, it's one of those things where you feel good about how things have been going, but also got to remind yourself to stay level-headed and make sure that the work continues to be put in.
If someone says you're going to take the next step, go to the next level, what would that mean to you? What does that entail for you?
As far as the next level, I mean, work even harder this offseason. For me, that's where it starts. Obviously take a little break, but I know the work that I put in last offseason and what got me to this point. And after doing some self-evaluation over the next couple of days, I'll figure out and I'll know what it's going to take to take that next step.
You feel like playing in the slot versus outside, that may be some versatility in your game, that you could maybe do a little bit of both if asked?
Wherever they put me out on the field, I'm going to go ahead and give them all and do everything I can to make sure that I put myself in the best position to make a play.
What's it say when a guy like Josh trusts you the way that he did, down the stretch?
Look, I said this again. I love Josh. I mean, he's just a guy you want to be around, and obviously a freak of nature on the football field, but an even better guy off the field. Like just how personal he is with us, and getting to know him, and being around him, and he has people over at his house all the time, and that's just the type of leader that you want around. A guy that's going to bring everybody together, and that's a guy you want to play for and fight for.
There's a big decision for this team to make with Gabe being a free agent. I know his work ethic is admired amongst all the locker room, the receivers especially. What are you hoping happens there with Gabe?
I love Gabe. I mean, I'm not. I said that's a little out of my pay grade right there to talk a little bit more about that. But love Gabe. He's a guy that kind of took me under his wing and just made me feel comfortable within being here and getting more of a feel for the game, and just kind of leading me and being a really good mentor for me mentally. And I've said this also, just watching his work ethic, just the way he works, it's inspiring. So.